What's up, everybody? It's your friend Isaac. Welcome back to Big Bike BMX. I've got my buddy down here, Craig. What's up, 80s BMX, Craig?
What's going on, big guy? Back in
Dude,
action, dude.
I'm excited. I am so stoked. And the reason I'm stoked is because we have the Buckeye Bike Show here with us tonight.
Oh,
And
yeah.
anytime the boys from the Buckeye Bike Show show up, we know it's nostalgia time. They do the best gathering in the Midwest. If you live anywhere in that, you put a push pin in the middle of the United States and you go all the way to California, you go all the way to the East Coast, right in the middle, these fellas put on the sickest bike show you can expect.
I could not agree with you more. I am so excited because also when these guys show up, when the Buckeye Bike Show dudes come on to our show, something big is about to happen, and I can't wait to see, hear, and figure out what that is from them.
We've got Allan, Jamie, Trent from the Buckeye Bike Show. Fellas, talk about real quick before we bring on our guest, talk about years past and what kind of event this is in a 2-minute or less teaser.
Okay. Well, I think it was 2001 with or I'm sorry, 2000, not one, 2021. That we had our first guest, which is R.L. Osborne. And then second year, Mike Buff. Third year was Stu Thompson. But along with that, other people have joined in. So Brian Blacker, Xavier Mendez, Allan, Dave Norrie.
Just showed up.
Yeah, these people just come to join the party. And
Yeah.
it's like, awesome.
Yeah, literally, like a lot of the guys just showed up.
Yep.
Like with Brian Leather and Xavier Mendez, they just showed up because they heard it was cool.
Yeah. Right? It's like that movie with Kevin Costner. What was it? Players in the Outfield or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come, and they are. So
Yeah, we have
that's dope.
literally had people that have just shown up because they heard how cool this event was.
Yeah. So fast forward last year, when we were talking, when we were getting ready to do our podcast with Stu Thompson, Isaac introduced us to our guest who is coming this year. So
Interesting.
Little hint there, a little tip off who it could be. I'm psyched about it. Okay, so last year, give us last year's lineup of just what it was like, who was there, and then we'll get into the announcement for this year.
Okay, well, our headliner was Stu Thompson. And then added to that was Bill Allan. And then thanks to our friend Billy Grant, he brought along with him Andy Patterson and Eddie Fiola. So it was a huge show.
It was like the walls of your bedroom from 1980 something came alive. That's what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So coming into this year, we've had a whole entire year to promote it, starting in June, and we started promoting. And now we're into 2024, and it's time to really start promoting.
Well, I can say this, you guys, and before we drop that awesome announcement, Isaac, I want to say thanks to the Buckeye Bike Show. Big shout out to these guys because from day one, from when this inception began and when they came up with the ideas and they wanted to make this amazing announcement, they came to our show. And they came to all you guys out there in Big Bike BMX land to make this announcement so you could hear it. And here they are again for another year. And it just keeps getting bigger and better. And it's like, what's going to happen this year? So you guys, big shout out to you out there in Buckeye Bike Show land and all the Midwest things that are going on that you guys are creating and bringing this whole BMX scene together. Thank you. That's rad, man. I want to give a huge props to you guys for having us help you announce this. It's amazing.
Thank you. Yep, thank you.
Yeah, I do not think that it is at all lost that these gentlemen work year round. We talk about it and we show up for a weekend of radness, but it doesn't stop for these guys. They are planning the next guest the minute that they can start planning it. So without further ado, gentlemen, let's talk about 2024. How about you tell us what I can expect and what Craig can expect and our audience can expect when they show up this year, 2024, at the Buckeye Bike Show.
Well, when it comes to BMX history, one of the biggest names you could possibly think of. He was in all the magazines. He was sponsored by Hutch.
What?
So that should give you a big clue right there. And his frames, his signature series, stood out amongst everybody else because they were the iconic pink, baby blue, and lavender.
All right.
So who do you think that's going to be?
I have my ideas.
Oh, I have a guess. I have a guess.
All right, let's show him. Here we go.
I got a guess.
There he is. Look at there.
Hey!
Wow, there he is.
Sweet shirt, my man. Oh my God.
Oh,
Hollywood Mike Miranda.
You guys,
Yeah.
we lucked out, and Mike was in town, and we actually, like, the fellas from Buckeye called me up, and they're like, hey, man, we want to announce this. And I was like, let me call Mike, because sometimes he rolls through. And literally yesterday, he's like, I'll be by your house tomorrow. And so props to y'all for showing up. Props for Craig running in the minute he got off work to jump on and do this. But, man, we made it happen, and this time the guest is in our house. So let's
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
so
Hey, let's take a look at those shirts again.
yeah, I want to see the shirt, so I got to see that.
Oh, that's
they
awesome.
need to talk. You guys got to grab the mic.
Yep. So,
Who designed it?
well, I borrowed the idea from Hutch off their head tube badge, but then completely changed everything that it said. So instead of saying Hutch, it says Hollywood. Instead of saying High Performance BMX, we put our name in there, Buckeye Bike Show, and then the year.
That is
24.
That is sick. Grant, what was your favorite frame color of Hollywood Mike Miranda?
I gotta say, man, I am one of the kids back in the day who didn't mind running pink, white, and lavender on my bike. And I'm going to say that I was a big fan of the pink. I love it.
Man, yes.
That is awesome.
Dude, let me tell you, I before meeting Mike, and all the pictures and photos that I put up on my nostalgic Instagram account and elsewhere, it's just you can't think of Mike and being on Hutch without that pink jersey and kit and the bike and everything that goes with it. It was just the showmanship, Hollywood. I wear pink sometimes, and it's cool because Mike Miranda said it's cool, and I love it. So yeah, pink, brother.
Yeah, I'm right with you, man. I rock pink all the time. I love
Why not?
And I love when people comment on it.
So, Mike, if you don't mind my asking, when you were with Hutch and they offered you a signature series, how did this whole pink and baby blue color scheme come along? How did that get introduced?
Well, that's a great.
You know, I would love to tell you, but shouldn't I save that for the Buckeye Bike Show?
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Definitely. Definitely.
I think Isaac's like, no, dude.
No, if that's a secret, yeah, definitely save it for the show. Not a secret, but I haven't told that story many times. That's a good one. Yeah, no, so the show.
Oh,
Save it for this show.
we haven't talked about that yet.
Right. But yeah, save it for you to get here. Well, let me just tell you, here's the secret.
All right, yeah, I see. That's worth it.
It was worth the 2 years in jail for that. Oh, I was.
What was it? I mean, tell me about the history of that frame itself. Like, do you remember? Like, did they come to you? Did you go to them? Was it like, hey, we've got this frame, we're going to put your name on it, and then you got to tweak it? What do you remember about the initial?
Oh, I remember the conversation like it was yesterday. Hutch took me, we were in his office, and he said, hey, we're going to make a custom frame for you. What do you think of that? And I was like, great. He said, we're going to do these colors, these two colors. I said, that's great. Can we add this third color? And he was like, yeah, that sounds great. He says, now, how do you want to change the frame? And I said, Hutch, I love your frame. I love the way my bike rides. I don't want to change a thing. And God's honest truth, love the way the bike rides. The short rear end, the geometry was perfect for me. But in the back of my mind, I thought, if I ever get a bike stolen, because I had a CW, my bike stolen at the ABA Grands,
Really?
in between two pro mains. So I had to race the second pro main on a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old kid's bike. So from that point on, I wanted a stock bike. That way, no matter where I was in the world, I could get a replacement the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like that. Okay.
So if you like the way the bike rides and you want another bike because you either lost it, stole it, gave it away, I had one the next day. It was easy. And Hutch loved it because he didn't have to do any tooling. He didn't have to change anything. Well, the Judge and the Trickstar are made out of the same jig, right?
Mm-hmm.
My bike was just a pro racer, but it was perfect. Again, I think of all the bikes I raced, it was absolutely the best performing.
That's awesome. Mike, tell us a little bit about, we just, the Buckeye Bike Show just announced that you are now their featured guest, the star of the show when it comes to this year's Buckeye Bike Show. So first of all, congratulations on that. Yes, sir. Tell us a little bit about, with this resurgence of like tying in old school BMX to events that are happening today. You've got obviously Dirty Fest. We've got the Frog up in Angels Camp. We have Frogtown. We got old school BMX, all reunion, all these things that are bringing back the guys who are rooted in BMX and giving them a place to go and showcase their bikes and buy parts and merchandise, and then rub elbows with guys like yourself and all the other, guests that they've had through the years. How, as far as you're concerned with the Buckeye Bike Show now, how is this, for you to be a part of this? Tell me what feelings you have and how this resurgence over the last couple of years has made you feel.
Sure. Let me tell you, like a lot of BMXers, I spent my time not hanging out with people from my school, but hanging out with people at the races. My closest friends and family were guys like you, my boys, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to like high school reunions, I didn't feel like I was part of that. So this really has felt, this resurgence in vintage BMX has really been more like a high school or family reunion. And I feel closer to these people because let's face it,
right,
we have more in common than I do with the people I went to high school with. So that feeling of, like all of us, the longing to belong to somebody or be with a part of a group, that's what this has brought for me. That's the feeling I get. And so when I come to you guys or you come to me and we say, hey, let's get together for the weekend, oh, man, absolutely. And the thing about me is I love being around people and love being around people that feel like family. So heck yeah. So stoked to be part of Buckeye. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I know. Awesome.
I have a question too. Like when I've gone to, let's say, like Dirty Fest, when you're around, like I will walk in and I will walk around. You'll see someone like Jamie. You'll see someone like Allan. You'll see someone like Trent. And you don't know the person, but you've had the exact same experiences. You've all had the same pictures on your walls. You've all watched Rad together a bazillion times.
Right?
So
Yep.
there's nobody that you're going to walk up to and this is me just telling you why you should go to Buckeye, right? You will be able to hang out with Mike Miranda.
Well,
With
that's what
other
I'd say.
people. Yeah.
It's like going to your family reunion or your high school reunion, but Johnny Depp went to, not that I'm Johnny Depp, but somebody famous went to your high school and you get to hang out with them and you have the same thing.
That's it. It's that you could walk into Buckeye Bike Show and go, let's walk this sucker. And everyone's going to turn around and go, we've been walking, where you been? That's the vibe you're going to get. You can see classic bikes. You can look at old school parts, new old school parts that you haven't seen since you were 13 years old, and just drool over them, buy them, trade, swap meet. Then you can walk over and talk about your favorite scene from Rad with Hollywood Mike Miranda. It's an experience that I can only call a time machine, because you will literally pull into the parking lot and to steal your line, pull into the parking lot, and if you're curious where to go, just listening to, like, for adult men giggling, that's where you need to go, because that's where the BMXers are hanging out. Like, that's what these old school reunion shows are like.
It really is. It's like, you remember growing up, you guys, and then, you'd flip through the magazine, you'd think like, wow, how, I'm looking at my favorite riders and these guys, and maybe I can write a letter to the editor. You're sending something to Bob Osborne, and hopefully he'd post or, put your letter in print, and you would, there was just like, it was an untouchable wish and dream to go to a show or go to a race and spectate and be a fan in the moment, right? And now, as adults here, and even with our kids, we can bring them to that, and we can now be in the show. I mean, we can stand next to Mike, and we can stand next to Stuart and all those guys and go, hey man, I did this, and I've been a fan since, whatever you want to say. And it's possible to now incorporate ourselves in the moment. And I think that's, one of the best parts about any of these events that we were talking about before is you can be a participant. You can be a rider. I saw guys up at Frogtown and Dirty Fest entering races where they're riding alongside their favorite riders, as well as the Buckeye Bike Show. You want to do the ride out thing, or the functions and things that you guys have. You ride along with your favorite riders. That's a dream come true for a lot of fellas and a lot of folks out there, I should say.
Hey, what is the schedule for the Buckeye Show? I'm very curious.
That's a good question.
Friday, May 31st is the ride out. Saturday is the show.
Wait, I have a question. Is the ride out clothing optional?
At least underwear.
Careful how you answer.
Yes.
Be careful how you answer.
Depends on how you define clothing optional, yeah, right? It's warm in June, mid 80s to 90s. So dress light.
Yep.
So the ride out is on Friday. Will take place south of Dayton, and then right into downtown Dayton, and then back. It's about a 7-mile journey. It goes by pretty quick. It takes about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half all together.
Dayton's easy to get through.
And then after the ride out, we gather at the host hotel, which has a bar, and have some drinks, socialize with other people out of town who come to the show. Saturday's the show. Doors open at 7 a.m. We go till 4 o'clock, close it up. This year, we're doing something different that we have not done yet. I've been in collaboration with Mike. He came up with this idea. It's called Dinner with Hollywood.
It's nothing but trouble. Let me tell you right now.
Dinner with Hollywood.
That's the theme of it. It's called Nothing But Trouble, right? It's a night of nothing but trouble with Hollywood Mike Miranda.
Tell us what it is, Allan.
So when Mike came up with the idea, Dinner with Hollywood, he said, look, he wants to host a dinner where people can come and gather. He'll sit at the head of the table and just tell stories while playing rad. So it'll be his, what he had witnessed and his backstory behind the scenes of rad, which is totally cool. And I was fortunate enough to contact a bar and grill. It's called Cold Beer and Cheeseburgers. And they said they are going to give us the entire night all to ourselves, closing the doors just for us. So we have the whole bar to ourselves.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
So for the cost of admission, you will get an what they call it, an all-you-can-eat burger buffet.
What?
Yeah, all-you-can-eat burger buffet. Gourmet burgers. The burgers are a half pound, and you can build it with your bacon, your lettuce, tomato, onions, whatever, along with tater tots, a salad, and chicken wings, little chicken wings, and have your dinner and listen to Mike on the mic all night.
Yeah.
Man, I'm starting my diet now. I'm gonna get my burger on.
And then the bar said that they're also going to make some drinks in theme with our people.
Yeah.
So you can a Mike Miranda shot or
Oh yeah.
The Miranda margarita.
the round beer, whatever.
Oh yeah,
It's all
Hey,
I am here for it.
if you have any ideas, Mike, let us know. If you want a special shot, let us know so we can send that in.
The Miranda whole shot.
I shot.
Yeah,
That's one.
That's one we came up with already.
Yep.
but it's gonna be awesome.
Gonna be a good time. And we're not just talking rad. It'll be a night of Q&A and we'll go into detail on all kinds of stuff. And
Yep.
again, it may turn out to be clothing optional. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
I will say, watching Rad, I can't imagine watching Rad and hearing you give some of the behind the scenes stories. I don't want to give any of them away, but I will tell anyone that's watching today, make sure you raise your hand and ask Mike if he's ever stolen a motorcycle from a movie set. And I'll just tease that, because that's a story that I've heard. And also ask Mike about, oh, this is so good, you're gonna hate me. Ask Mike about Rick Molinterno's cast.
Okay. Oh, all right. So when we had Eddie for the last show, and he did his Q&A for Rad, right? He gave us the behind the scenes. So, Mike, we're certainly looking forward to you giving your behind the scenes from the Rad, right? Like,
I'll just say Eddie was busy. I wasn't busy. I was bored. And a guy like me, when I get bored, I get in trouble.
yeah,
So I'm going to share all those things with you.
yeah, all that's cool, but you are obviously a big part of the movie Rad. So we, at least the three of us hosting the show, are very intrigued to hear your insight.
Mhm. And we got a couple questions up our sleeve too. So we're gonna save those for the dinner.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
Yep. Can't
But
wait. That's going to be.
getting back to this dinner, we do need to let everybody know that this is very limited. So only a exclusive amount of people, just limited to 50 people. So tickets will be on sale on our website. They can go there and get those. But first 50 people get them.
And what's that website?
The BuckeyeBikeShow.com.
Okay. The BuckeyeBikeShow.com.
Yep. Yeah. Feel free to advertise that as much as possible.
I'm sorry. Did you say the BuckeyeBikeShow.com?
I think he said the BuckeyeBikeShow.com.
Yes, correct.
So
Yeah, we want to maximize this and get as many people as possible. Show up, hear your stories.
you guys, we're
The
kind of
dinner venue is close to the bike show itself. It's like a 5-minute drive. Yeah, it's like it's 5-minute drive away.
Yeah.
So you're close to the venue, your hotel, so there's not a lot of driving. It's an easy place to get to. Right.
It's what we call a stumble and a crawl away.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly what it is.
Yep.
And you guys, we keep saying it over and over, right? The BuckeyeBikeShow.com. But we're doing this because we want you to experience what this weekend is. It's one of these things you can't describe, like walking in, the community that you will feel, being able to talk with Mike. Are you doing autographs, sir? Are you going to be able to?
Oh yeah, I'll do autographs there, of course. And I'm going to tell you this: I'm going to bring something very unique and special to give away at the show. At the dinner. That's only going to be available at the dinner.
Nice.
Nice.
Teaser.
Nice. Like,
Listen, I'm so excited about the show. I'm excited about the show, the ride, the burgers, and I'm excited about the swap. I'm coming with a laundry list of my own of what I want, and I've had friends already tell me, hey, if you're going, here's what I want too. So I'm coming with a
awesome.
I want to touch on the ride out real quick. The ride out, it's at Caroline Park. It's outside of downtown Dayton a little bit, but it's a nice park, a lot of parking. We meet around 6. We mingle for an hour. And then at 7 o'clock, when the bells ring, we take off to the ride out. And halfway through, we stop at the Dayton Dragons game. People relax. We mingle again. Yeah. It's not rushed. It's real mellow. It's a great show. It's been a great event.
It sounds like a dad ride, and I'm all about that. Like
Exactly. Yeah, we're not racing. We're just relaxing, going to the streets. There's not a lot of traffic.
Right. Yes. We've actually experienced a great thing with the local police. they've been very supportive of it as well. So
It's just been it's very nice. Last year we had over 200 riders.
Yep.
For our ride out.
yeah,
Decent. That's a nice turnout.
yeah, we get as many people at the ride out as we do at the actual show itself the next day.
Yeah.
It's
As
awesome.
long as we don't start with a big drop in on a wooden hill on hill track, we'll be okay.
It's a fairly level grade.
Now, so Mike, the rest of us are going to be on a level platform, but you have to use the drop in. So there's that.
Well, to do the drop in, you got to make it up the cliffhanger. Apparently, I'm 0 for 1.
It's true.
We've seen him drop in twice, but you never see him actually finish. That's the best part about the whole movie.
I can't wait to tell you all about it. Can't wait to tell you all about it.
What's some of the craziest things you've ever autographed? And part 2 of that, what do you hope, if there's things like an old Hutch helmet, an old Hutch number plate, some old cranks, what would be something where you're going to be like, no way?
Well, to start off
Well, a
with,
free agent. You know what I mean? Like,
the craziest thing I ever autographed was female skin. We'll just leave that right there. And then I think, back in the day, I gave, and I've told the story before, I gave everything away. When I was done racing, I gave everything away. When I traveled the world, I gave everything away.
That sounds kind of common with most of the pros I've talked to back in the day. No one ever thought it'd be a collector item, right?
Yep. And so since I started my own podcast, my backdrop has been all the stuff that people have given back to me. I started off with one jersey and my very first trophy. And then my twin brother, my twin brother gave me some stuff back. That's Tommy Bracken's.
Yeah, Bracken.
And then Mike Buff gave me my Nora Cup. He got my Nora Cup trophy back from a bike shop.
Wow.
He put that up. I've got that back up there. So of course, he put Buff on tape and put it in my name. Decker. Shout out to my Buff, man. Love him dearly.
Yeah.
So it's been a process of getting stuff back. So anytime I see something that either has my name on it or and I understand from the Buckeye Bike Show last year, a pair of my pants were sold. Somebody bought a pair of my pants and sold them there. Wow. And I got pictures of the guy that had it. He was like, I was like, wow. If I'd have got there first, you wouldn't have bought those. I'd have bought them first. But yeah, anytime I can get anything Hutch, Torker, CW back, any of my co-spot, if I can get something that was something I used to put back on the wall, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All that stuff is the most special stuff to me.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, when you're there, you're gonna have things? Do you have pictures? You'll have posters, you'll have pictures and things like that. So even if you don't, like, I'll be honest, man, I don't have any, like, I'm not cool enough to have saved my Mike Miranda stuff because I wasn't cool enough to own any back in the day. So if I show up, like, I'll have like a piece of paper. Like, will you have stuff there for the rest of us that don't have hardcore collections to get
We will have T-shirts and posters available for people to bring to Mike and have Mike sign them.
Yeah.
Yep. And stand up.
If they don't have their own items to bring.
Stand up one more time so I can see that shirt because that's beautiful.
Stand and now talk.
Yeah. There you go. Hollywood.
Yep.
Man.
Hey, and I'm
Plenty of
still
room to put a signature up here.
Yep.
Then
Well, you got that, and you got the back of it, wherever you want to autograph it.
I'm still not opposed to signing female skin, but my wife might have issue with it.
I can see.
We're all for that.
Yeah. All right, fellas. So thank you so much for having us. It sounds like there's going to be some amazing stories. There's going to be some amazing memories that are made here. If anybody finds some Peregrine QRs, make sure you text your buddy Isaac or a Trickstar frame. That would be great. Or a Torker. Those are the ones I'm looking for, but I'm not going to compete for Torker stuff with this guy. I love you, but I just Frank, any tips, because we're going to close it out, but I know you've been to a lot of these things. what is your number one tip for somebody going to a retro weekend where they're going to meet someone like a Mike Miranda? What do you suggest? I mean, you're not a hoarder, but you are.
I probably am.
You have some nice collectible things.
I do.
Suggest people buy.
Well, first of all, the thing with all this, all these really awesome events that go on, just tell yourself and commit to going. Get yourself there, right? And once you're there, just, have fun, walk around, visit all the booths, visit all your favorite brands that you were a fan of, and just say hi to people. It's okay to approach anyone and just, respectfully introduce yourself. Guys like Mike and all these notable legends in the sport want that. I haven't heard anyone say, I go to these things, but I really don't want to be bothered. No, everyone's like, I really enjoy this. So if you're going to go, make sure you support the Buckeye Bike Show by, first of all, going to thebuckeyebikeshow.com and signing up for that exclusive dinner. But while you're there, support them and get some shirts, definitely get some posters, because you're going to want to walk around. And when you meet guys like Mike or Fiola or whoever's going to show up, and you never know who's going to come to one of these events. I mean, guys are just showing up unannounced, and you're going to be like, wow, I really wish I had that autograph that I wanted since I was 14 years old. Make sure you get that autograph. Go ahead and make this your moment. But yeah, man, I am a hoarder, dude. I grab as much as I can grab to bring home with me, because I want that momentum. I want that, swag and everything from the show. But make sure you're supporting those that support our sport to keep all these things going, so we can do this next year and they can have the funds to at least, keep that awesome, rad event going. So that's my thing, get what you like.
I'm going to add to that myself. I'll give you a couple tips. From the places I've gone. First of all, most of these reunion type places are happening on the West Coast. So literally, these gentlemen are holding up the rest of the United States. The rest of the U.S. is Buckeye Bike Show.
Right.
And so this is your opportunity to not have to hop on a plane and fly all the way out to Temecula or Angels Camp or Woodward West to catch like your legends. They're bringing them to your area. That's the first thing. So definitely go, because what the other things like you picked up on, guest of honor, but people like Nori and Large Ray went last year. Like, it's the people you just don't expect to see there. You're going to walk in and the magazines are coming to life literally right there at the Buckeye Bike Show.
Good point.
The gentleman that you saw on your walls as a kid, mouth posing, doing look backs, and, crossed up tabletops, are there to hang out with you. Back when we were kids, if you went to a big race, they were in race mode. They were thinking about their races, the camaraderie, rider to rider. This is an opportunity where you can walk up and you have the same amount of juice as the next Hall of Famer. You can walk right up. Everybody's equal in this environment because we all grew up riding BMX. Some of us were on the cover of magazines. Some of us were watching them from a gas and sip. But at this moment, when you go to these, like a Buckeye Bike Show, it's all equal. Everybody's on the same footing, and you get to have that moment with people like Mike. And you will walk away with friendships with Mike, with other collectors, vendors. Your stoke will go through the roof. I cannot encourage you enough to go out to these.
I'm going to add to that too, man. Go up to the Buckeye Bike Show organizers, the guys that you're seeing right here on this podcast, and introduce yourself and tell them thank you. If you're enjoying yourself, let them know that you're enjoying yourself. And if you want to throw some ideas out, I'm sure they'll have an ear. They may not have a lot of time today, but you can always reach out to them on social media or through their websites or email. let them know what's up. Let them know how much you enjoyed it, and give those guys a handshake and a thank you, because this is an amazing event. And it's like you said, Isaac, they're holding up, the rest of the United States and probably the whole U.S. This is a global thing. There's people probably from all around the world that are coming to this, right, fellas?
Yeah, I've heard.
Absolutely. Yep. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a train for us as much as it is for anybody else, right? I mean, we're all, now as adults, we're still living our fantasies as kids, right? Like getting to meet people that we grew up watching. Go to the local racetrack or go to the local, bike shop that's hosting a freestyle show or wherever it may be. So it's as much as a dream for us as it is for you all.
Hey,
But
don't throw that adult title around too much.
yeah, right. But it is though, right? I mean, it's a dream for us as much as it is for everyone else. And we really appreciate any support that we can get. And we want to continue to build it and make it the best show in the country or the world, if you will. Right? We're doing everything we can to.
I have 3 tips. I have 3 tips for the show.
We'll take any tips you have, Mike.
Well, here's my 3 tips. Number 1, bring something to get signed. Right? If you have old magazines or whatever, bring it to get signed, because I always regret that I don't do it.
Totally agree.
Yep. And number 2, bring your bike. Listen, it doesn't cost that much to sign up. Bring your bike. Bring your bike, because everyone likes to stand over their bike and talk about this, that, or the other. I had that pad set, or how come you have that tire?
Oh yeah.
That's part of the conversation. I love that. And let me tell you, number 3, bring money. Bring money, because you're gonna see that one magazine that you wish you had, or that pad set that you wish you had, or whatever it is, and you're gonna if you leave there without a T-shirt, without a hat, without something, you are gonna regret it. So bring money.
Yeah,
No, you're absolutely correct, Mike. Thank you.
Do I have time to mention one more thing?
you have as much time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. As much as you need.
When Mike and I started talking almost a year and a half ago, I asked Mike, I said, hey, Mike, how would you feel if I contacted Hutch and asked Hutch if they would come up with a 26-inch version of the Hollywood series? And Mike said, yes, I'm down for it. So I called Hutch and I asked Hutch, I said, hey, I've got Mike Miranda coming to my show. Would you be interested in making a 26-inch version of the Hollywood series? And they said, we've never done a 26-inch before. Let's do it.
Stop. Are you
Yes.
serious?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Dude.
They just arrived, 2 months ago? Yeah, 2 months ago. Limited to 25 frame sets per color. So only 75 of them. They go on sale Valentine's Day.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Wow.
You've been here for
it sets us apart, right?
How?
Right, we're doing things that no one else is doing.
Right.
Right. That's another thing. That's a perfect example, Allan, of the one things that sets us apart from any of the.
Right.
We're doing, no one does.
So, people, this is your opportunity to get yourself a 26-inch Hutch Hollywood frame in time to bring it to the show and have Mike sign it.
We've seen them.
Dude.
Oh, they're very nice. They're beautiful.
Well, the pink is down to 24 because I got the first one.
Stop.
You can't see it right now, but Isaac's credit card is in his hand.
I have talked about how I wanted a lavender Mike Miranda frame and fork forever. You can go back to old episodes. We talk about the perfect colorways for 80s bikes. And the one thing I've always said consistently, the pink and the lavender from the Hutch Trick Stars and the Hollywood frame, those 2 colors were it, dude. That was like, I have made it. I'd never made it when I was a kid because my paper route was not, I didn't I didn't have the Hutch frame route where I could go and make that kind of money.
Yeah, well, you know what your tax refund's going to now, right? So, but we can make it happen.
Everybody's always wanted a Hutch like everybody's wanted a Miranda Hutch.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I want one.
Yeah.
I want one.
I might pull a few strings for you.
But to be able to get one in an adult size for my 51-year-old knees, that's what's up. That is we have made it. We have made it. I love it.
You get a frame 4 handlebar combo and make the handlebars too.
Yep.
Hey, and a shout out to Hutch. Thanks for doing it for these guys. Thanks for doing it for these guys.
Absolutely.
It's a big deal. And I want to say thank you.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. It's totally.
And when, guys, when do with that announcement, when does that timer start? When are those going on sale?
Valentine's Day.
I'm sorry, you did say that. Valentine's Day. You guys hear it? Because I forget. I'm getting older. You guys heard it again. Valentine's Day.
Now, John from Hutch, he's going to make the announcement on his Facebook page on the 13th. And usually when he puts a post out that says, hey, I'm putting this stuff up for sale tomorrow, gone within an hour.
Yeah.
Gone.
I wouldn't even give it an hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
You prepare.
I'll take the over under on that being sold out in an hour. So I will link everything out there. When do tickets go on sale? When can we pre-order or order our tickets for Buckeye 2024?
Well, the tickets are just strictly for the dinner. The show is open to everybody, and you just register your bike online, and you should be able to start doing that starting February.
Okay, so keep an eye on your social media.
Yes.
Give me a shout out to your social media. Where are you at on Facebook? How do I find you?
The Buckeye Bike Show.
Okay, and then on Instagram.
Also Buckeye Bike Show.
Okay, there you go. I will link both of those. If you are catching this late, go look in the description. If you didn't watch it today when we drop it, go look in the description and you will see the links to all this stuff where you can buy tickets, all the Instagram accounts you need to follow to make this fun. I'll link the Hutch website so you can order the frame on February 14th, 2024, because these things, we leave them up historically. So that's going to draw it. I hope you get your frame that you've always wanted, y'all.
Hey, and there'll be a raffle for something as well.
Yes.
At the dinner.
Yep.
Okay, so I will link all this stuff in there. Thank you so much, y'all, for making time for us on a weekday out of nowhere so we can make this happen and make this announcement. I can't wait to see what happens out there. I'm going to try and make it this year because I'm kicking myself last year that I wasn't able to make it. I'm going to try and make it out this year because I can't imagine the shenanigans that are going to... You put this guy with...
I say, you should show up.
Yeah.
You guys, you're more than welcome. We'd love to have you. Please show up.
I can't wait. The other question I have for people like me that would be coming from out of town, what airport do I book? Where do I fly into?
Just the Dayton airport.
Okay.
I mean, you'll be within 30 minutes, 20 minutes of any hotel near the venue.
And our host hotel is
The Holiday Inn.
Is on our website. So you go to our website, thebuckeyebikeshow.com. You can click on that hotel and register directly through our website, and that'll give you the promo code HMN, Hollywood Mike Miranda. That's your promo code.
Nice.
And you'll get the discount that we worked out with the Holiday Inn.
Oh, you are fancy.
Oh, amazing.
Holiday Inn.
Yeah, but yeah, we totally...
They don't have scratch and
Come on board. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. So if I know some dudes that are coming from Australia, so I've heard of that on some Facebook.
Hey, we're going global. Come on board. There you go. Global. Yeah.
So fly.
Bring them on board all across the world. We don't care.
Yep. Dayton International. Okay.
I might have to put you in my carry-on.
Oh, let's go.
But
I can tuck up.
But come on board. The Nutter Center where we host the show is literally within walking distance of the hotel.
Yeah.
So
our railroad is bike there.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not a big deal at all. You don't need to get a rental car and this stuff, but
Absolutely can't wait to hang out with you fellas. It's going to be a good time.
I have one more question for Mike. Have you been to Dayton, Ohio before?
Yes,
And did you race in Dayton back in the
I
day?
raced in Dayton. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. But we'd love to have.
Mike, you can do a rematch to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dayton
But yeah, but
it's Toledo without all the glitz and glamour.
yeah, that's a good way to explain it. But yeah, but the more the merrier. We'd love to have you all. So come on board.
All right. So
take care.
thebikeshow.com, all the details, all the accommodations. Look in the description. You'll be able to find links to the website, everyone's social media. Greg, thanks for making time. Allan, Jamie, Trent, thank you for making time. Thank you for keeping BMX alive in the rest of the United States. You guys are literally holding it down for all of us. So thank you so much. And we can't, like, from one BMX junkie to 4 others, 5 others. Thank you for what you do for BMX, man. If it wasn't for you guys doing this year round, like, we wouldn't have these opportunities to get him out there and our friends.
I'm not speaking for Allan or Jamie, but just from my own standpoint, like we appreciate you all the same way, right? BMX is the ultimate family sport, right? Like no other sport out there is about kids and taking care of people and whatnot. I'm like, so we, like I said, not speaking for them, but it is the ultimate family sport. We love it. It's why we're here tonight. Why we're bringing Mike and hopefully you all.
Can't wait for the BMX family reunion in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Check everybody's social links in the description, and we will talk to you all soon. Craig, thank you so much. Send us out, brother.
You got it, man. First, I just want to thank our special guests tonight. We've got the Buckeye Bike Show guys, Allan, Jamie, and Trent, and as well as our other special guest sitting right over there, Mr. Hollywood Mike Miranda, the featured guest at the Buckeye Bike Show 2024. You guys, thank you for bringing this all together and coming to our show to make an announcement every year. This has been going on. You guys rock, man, and I love what you're doing. Everybody out there in Big Bike BMX land, get yourselves together and get out to the Buckeye Bike Show. Reach out to those folks out there and let them know what's going on with you and show up and have a good time. Reach back into your inner child and don't miss an opportunity that you've always wanted to have, because it's here, it is real, and it's now. So everyone out there, thank you for tuning in. This is 80s BMX. Craig, Isaac, I think we're going.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Mike, thanks for coming down. Appreciate you, brother. Jamie, Trent, Allan, thank you so much for everything that you're doing. Y'all, make sure you get out there. I'm just going to echo what Craig said. Make sure you get out there, because you are going to have the time of your life. You just don't even realize the fun you'll have. It's Disneyland for BMXers. But if you had a VIP party, you're going to hear all the stories. You can talk his ear off, and he will talk yours off. Bring stuff to sign. But I'm going to tell you one more time, fellas, stand up, show that shirt. And if you pick up one of these shirts, man, that is your souvenir. Have Mike sign it, and all the rest of the pros and normal people that show up. You're never going to know who's going to show up at one of these events. It just keeps growing in popularity. This year will be no different. So have some fun, make some memories, and be rad to one another. Y'all take care.
Thank you.
Did you say all you can eat cheeseburgers?
All you can eat cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburger bar.
Gourmet.
Gourmet.
All you can eat.